Three. Welcome to my channel today. This is John Mazzara with Remax Results, and today I have a special guest, Cynthia Theisen. She's with Old National Bank, and she is going to share some of their exclusive programs. These are mortgage programs that you cannot obtain anywhere other than through an Old National rep, and she's going to explain how they're unique and outstanding. And I had lunch with her today earlier, and she went over these with me, and that's why I thought it was very important that we have this video and she can share them with you. So Cynthia, tell us who you are and then go into the programs and tell us a little bit how they work.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. Cynthia Theisen with Old National Bank. I'm a licensed mortgage loan officer. My license number is 501954, and I have the ability to lend in all 50 states as a national lender. One of the great programs that we have, which is limited to specific areas or counties, and here in Minnesota, it's Hennepin County and Ramsey County, is financial assistance. The program provides up to 3% of the purchase price up to a maximum of $10,000 to help with down payment. The eligibility is for area median income of 80% or less. So applicants' income, whether that's one applicant, two, three applicants, their combined income cannot be more than 105,360. It is not household income, it is applicant income. So that allows somebody to go into a house with 3% down or 3% towards closing costs if they already have their own 3% down, and be able to buy the home that they're looking for, right? And the great thing, because it's an Old National Bank product, again, exclusive to Old National Bank, not available anywhere else, we forgive that 3% at the closing table, so you don't owe it to you don't have to be in the house for a week, a month, a year. We just ask at the closing table, we just say thank you very much, welcome to being a homeowner, and we move forward from there. So it's a pretty cool program that's available in the metro area. It combines with multiple different programs. It can combine with Minnesota Housing, if that's what you need, is more down payment assistance through Minnesota Housing. And it can combine with other down payment assistance programs in the Twin Cities metro area. We also, it's a conventional loan program, so we'll do it with Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac Home Possible or Home Ready. And then we also have our own loan program that, again, is exclusive to Old National Bank, which is called the Home Manager Program. Under the Home Manager Program, it's 3% down, no mortgage insurance, which could save somebody, say, $150 to $250 a month on average, depending upon your credit score, is where that affordable housing or where that mortgage insurance comes into play. But it's a pretty significant savings for you as you're buying a house, is to have no mortgage insurance. And you say, yeah, well, right, but what are you going to charge me for an interest rate? And actually, that interest rate is below market interest rates. So today that interest rate is 6.375. Actually, I probably shouldn't say interest rates here. I apologize. It's below market interest rates. And so we are able to give you a loan at below market interest rates. You're not paying for the mortgage insurance on the backside or anything like that. It is a true affordable home loan program.
No, do I have to be a first-time buyer for that program or not?
For the home manager, the loan program, you do. Thank you for asking, John. For the down payment assistance, you do not. The down payment assistance, you can be selling a house. Maybe you're coming out of the house and you owed $30,000 that you didn't realize you had to pay from COVID that got put on the back, and now you're coming out of the house and needing to go to the next house, and you really don't have more than a few $1,000s at the end. We can help you with this down payment assistance program on the next home as well.
So it's not just so that forgivable money, the 10,000 or 15,000, is not just a first-time buyer program. It's an income-based program and credit-based program, and the maximum income is about 105,000 at present. And credit scores, I believe you said you can go down to 600. Is that right?
As low as 600, yes.
Okay, so that's like amazing.
It
So
is.
for anybody that's watching, you're going to see if you talk to other lenders, most of them are going to have a credit overlay That's going to be a minimum of 620, 640, 650. So here, there's actually a possibility of getting free money, forgivable money, with a 600 credit score. Amazing. So anyway, that's why we got to talk about this because it's amazing. So people that otherwise are going to have to, or maybe have been told they have to wait for the credit scores to improve, they don't. And if they need to save up the down payment, if it can get done with the $10,000 amount or 15, depending on where they buy, then again, they don't have to wait. So I always say, when is the best time to buy a home? That's yesterday. When's the next best time to buy a home? Tomorrow. And that's assuming an increasing a home market where the values are increasing because it would only get more expensive. So that's why I say, in a normal market, that typically is what happens. Of course, markets go up and down and all around, but in an increasing market, it's better for you to buy earlier than later. So if you wait a year until you improve your credit score until you have more down payment, that whole home, if it goes up just by 3%, is a significant amount of money. So Cynthia has the answer to that problem. You don't have to wait. Now you can wait if you want, but why? And then also with the mortgage insurance on their special proprietary product, think about MIP or PMI and think about not having to have it and then getting a rate below what you would have to pay and have to pay mortgage insurance. So these are exclusive to Old National. So you aren't going to hear about it unless you're talking to somebody from Old National. And now you have a friend in the business and her name is Cynthia. So anyway, with that, I'll let you continue, Cynthia. You have more great information I know to share here.
Thank you, John. Very good. I appreciate you recapping that for me. I also wanted to share if you did need the companionship of the Minnesota housing loan, there are two rates at Minnesota Housing. There's an interest rate of, they're about a 0.25% difference. You can either pay the standard rate or you can pay 1% and buy down your interest rate, right? And actually, because Old National is very conscientious about affordable housing, we will give you the lower rate and not charge you the point. So what that means is, for instance, on a $300,000 loan, that's a $3,000 savings. So you get the lower interest rate without having to pay the point in order to get to that lower rate that's published by Minnesota Housing. So that's also great news that's available from Old National, and I'm not aware of anyone else in the Minnesota that's doing the same.
So if I'm a buyer and I want to or need MHFA money where I can buy a home with $1,000 down and take out a loan for the difference for the closing costs up to the limits, um, I'm going to get a lower rate because you're going to buy that rate down and not charge us.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
So any MHFA buyer that wants to use that program should speak with you. And
Absolutely.
yep, if you want to save money, I mean, it's up to you. But I mean, if you're a buyer, you're watching this, and you can get something for less, and you don't have an arrangement, where you have to use somebody, then I would encourage you at least to get a second opinion and let Cynthia run those numbers and see if she can't beat what somebody else has. I mean, $3,000 is $3,000.
It is. It is. And John, working with John, he has been forthcoming and straightforward, and I really like someone who's a straight shooter that's going to tell you the
Yep.
truth and going to get you to the closing table um, with a good property, not with something that's got things hidden. He's a great realtor and very respected in his industry.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, today I had a closing. It was kind of funny. We had a gal that got sick, so she couldn't come to the formal closing, so the closer went to her house, and they were just ecstatic. They got a great property, and we all had you know, our compliments for each other at the end, and they're like, "Well, you found us that property because it was out of our search, and we never would have found it had it not been for you." And anyway, I'm a proactive agent. I want to do the right thing. I don't need a home sale to make my mortgage payment. Not that I don't need to make money, but what I'm saying is, I don't have commission breath, and I would do the right thing. And that's why I've been in the industry 40 years because I do the right thing, and I want to do the right thing. So, just like Cynthia, I love working with all buyers, but it's special when you know that you, as working with a first time buyer, are making an impact on somebody's life that could be transformative. Uh, this year I've helped people under various circumstances where they came from different areas and qualified for certain programs that didn't qualify for, or they would never would have been a homeowner had there not been this other thing that existed out in the marketplace. And that was very, very rewarding to see people that thought that they never could become a homeowner.
To become a homeowner. I know it's so exciting to
Yep,
watch that happen, right? But all you need really is $1,000 to $500 in order to become a homeowner. You just have to be able to make those mortgage payments. So let's make sure we get the right home that fits your budget. We don't want to be shoving a house into your budget. We want a budget that works with the house that you're buying so that you are a successful homeowner.
exactly, exactly. So I would encourage everybody, you can see Cynthia from her knowledge, knows what she's doing. Give her a call. If you already have a loan commitment, I mean, in a quote, she could and would love to give you a second opinion. She'll tell you straight up if what you've got is the best program or if she
Absolutely.
can beat it, and then it's up to you. So at least the decisions in your hand that you have done some comparison shopping. Um, so I would encourage you to take a look. These are programs that I've just been made aware of that I did not know existed that would have benefited, various buyers. So I'm encouraging you, if you're watching this, to reach out to us. We like to work together. We also work a la carte. So what I mean by that is if you are already in a buyer contract with another real estate agent, reach out to Cynthia. It's just fine. Work with her. If you're not under contract, I would like to help you. The same thing, with Cynthia. If you already have a mortgage commitment that you don't want to break, I can help you. So we work together very well. We work apart very well. So we'd like to
Great.
do it together, but feel free to work with each of us individually as needed. And you can call each of us. There's no charge. We want to help you. And if we can, we'd love to. Now, Cynthia, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, how could they reach out to you? How are you reachable?
They can reach me by cell phone at 612-819-4753, or feel free to email me at Cynthia, Cynthia, Tyson, T as in Tom, HEI, S as in Sam, EN as in Nancy, at oldnational.com. Either way, and we can talk through things pretty quickly for you so that you have an idea as to what things look like in um, Old National Bank's products.
Wonderful. And if you're watching this in a different state other than Minnesota, again, Cynthia is a resource and can help you in another state. So don't feel like, because you're not Minneapolis, St. Paul, she works all over and all throughout the state of Minnesota. So she has different programs, whether they be, regular USDA, FHA, conventional, VA, of course, all of those, in addition to some of their proprietary products that work throughout the country. So with
Thank you,
that,
John.
anything else, Cynthia, you'd like to share with the audience before we sign off?
Not at this moment. I appreciate it very much, John. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thanks for coming on the show today.